Hello, Tom. Thank you for joining us on RM Talk. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Um, I'm having you on because you mentioned the term Renaissance government, and I thought that was a good insight on your part. So tell us a little about the Renaissance government in your view.
Well, even as RenaissanceGovernment.us is being formed at this moment, it deals basically with the notion of the word Renaissance, meaning rebirth. Renaissance, French word that had been fully realized in the Italian Renaissance, and it means the rebirth of civilization. And the rebirth of government is the rebirth of the Jeffersonian government that dealt with ethics. Ethics being the highest form of law. Without ethics, law is lawless. It is unlawful. It is without precedent. And Jefferson inaugurated this government for the people and by the people, even knowing that the best form of government is no need of government, but a self-governing people. And the reason why there is government is because the people are not self-governing. A direct democracy deals with more of a self-governing people than an indirect democracy, where we are now. An indirect democracy puts the power in the hands of the few over the many, whereas a direct democracy deals with the power of the many over the hands of the few.
All right.
And Renaissance is a rebirth of this type of government. We have the internet now, so we can take place in the Renaissance with a direct government through the internet. But a lot of people still don't have it. So when the internet becomes as common as the ordinary telephone, which is also creeping up on us with internet on telephones, we'll be able to participate more in direct democracy.
I see. So basically, you're speaking about in Renaissance government, in light of the current Renaissance that we're going through, is just bringing power back to the people and dissolving the corruption and or the control that the government has.
In terms of the plutocracy, in other words, when you have a whole bunch of sheep in the hands of only a few shepherds, the shepherds have the ability to corrupt themselves. This is why God speaks in the Bible against the shepherds who only care for themselves and not the sheep. They only want the wool. They only want the lanolin. They only want the milk. They only want the meat, but they care nothing for the sheep because they're only shepherds because of what the sheep could do for the shepherd, not what the shepherd could do for the sheep.
Right.
Not like the good shepherd.
Right. So you feel that basically universally this will happen naturally in restoring power to the people in light of the current awakening that is happening with the rebirth?
Yes. Power to the people. I really believe in that and what John Lennon spoke about. But the people, the problem with the people is that many of them do not act like people. They act like animals. They're always on their belly. Food, sex, and sleep is all they care about. They live from the waist down. And this is why it's easy for the government to control them and to control their appetites through advertising and commercials.
So in essence what you're saying is in light of artists and activists bringing the light upon the people during a rebirth, that the changes in the government will just happen organically.
Yes, as long as there's enough consciousness or enough John Lennons out there. But the problem with politics, it's like many ticks on a dog's ass. That's all politics is, fleas on a dog's ass without any ethics. When you have ethics, then you have government. When you lack ethics, you have politics.
So before we wrap, what do you feel that our Renaissance people who have the current enlightenment, which has bestowed upon us as a collective consciousness, How do you feel that what we should do to change the government, or do you think that this will just happen in our linear progression?
Well, yeah, the linear progression could either be vertical or horizontal compared to where you really want to be. Do you want to grow like men and women, or do you want to expand like serpents? It's up to you.
So it's up to the people.
Right. So the people must understand that with collective consciousness and universal consciousness and what they call cosmic consciousness, it must be undivided. As Aristotle points out in his treatise on generation and corruption, the difference between generation and corruption, or what is incorruptible compared to corruptible, is the ability to remain firm and undivided, hence incorruption, or fragmented and divided, hence corruption.
Right.
So you know that your body will corrupt, it will fragment, it will burst, it will disintegrate. Your body eventually will do that. Or it may not. It may be able to be incorruptible and be able to ascend without facing corruption like the way Elijah did, or Enoch.
Right. So,
but when a country is one nation under God, indivisible, you have an incorruptible nation, undivided, United States of mind, United States of collective consciousness.
So do you feel that a collective consciousness in a unity would bring forth a revolution?
Well, a revolution may not be needed when you have a renaissance.
I see. Well, those are good words. Would you like to say anything to our viewers before we wrap it?
Okay, let's say you were having a renaissance, you were having a rebirth. Let's say a mother was having now a second child. She was rebirthing again to have another child. Okay? Would the mother throw the baby in the bath water, or would she throw it in a vat of sulfuric acid? Would she cleanse the child and unify it in a state of pleasure and peace and calmness and cleanness and freshness? Or would she throw the baby into sulfuric acid and see the baby disintegrate before her? Now, every government should be like a holy mother who is interested in their children, not only in themselves. You see that?
Yeah, we do see that, and I think you're absolutely right there. So I want to thank you for appearing on RM Talk, and may you have a great and wonderful Renaissance.
Thank you. This is Tom Otto from RenaissanceGovernment.us, InTheMomentToMoment.com, and the Red, White, and Blue Cross.com. Thank you.
Thank you.